This is Botcast, the Botheads Fantasy Football Podcast, and it is episode 68. Today we have a lot of woke BS to talk about and some games from yesterday and just a lot of random junk. So we have Kyler Murray, Sammy Watkins calling out Lamar, an anonymous teammate calling out Kyler. We have the CPR celebration bullshit, woke nonsense. We got Tony Dungy's woke nonsense and how the Alphabet Mafia is coming after him. And then we have just like a little bit of fun shit to talk about afterwards. So it's going to be a jam-packed show today. And yeah, before we get started, how you guys doing today?
Doing good, man. How about y'all?
Melancholy.
Hmm.
Damn Ravens tonight.
You haven't watched
Yeah.
yet?
Worst game of the day for sure.
And
Joe Burrow over under 3 touchdowns and 400 yards.
I can see it.
probably under.
400 yards.
They're going to win without needing it. Yeah, for sure.
Be a
No
big
offense.
Joe Mixon day, honestly. Could be.
Yeah, they'll just run the ball when they're up by 3 touchdowns, probably.
That defense is probably going to be on the field the whole day, so they're going to be tired. I bet you
I
Mixon
bet you
really burns
Joe
them
Burrow
out.
throws 2 touchdowns.
At least 3. That's
You
my
guys think Bengals are
prediction.
going to win?
Oh yeah.
Fortunately,
The Ravens are going to be playing that Brown guy and Huntley, both.
which never works. This isn't
So, yeah.
college.
Well, before we get started, you guys could really help us out by subscribing to our YouTube channel, our Rumble channel, or following our Twitter. It would really help us out as we are trying to make this a live show someday, and we are lacking in subscribers. So that would help us out a lot, and let's get into the shit. The first story that we're going to talk about is Kyler Murray, dude. Kyler Murray slammed by anonymous Cardinals teammate, quote, created a monster. Things are not exactly going smoothly in the desert these days. The Arizona Cardinals clean house after the 2022 season ended, firing head coach Cliff Kingsbury and watching general manager Steve Keim walk away due to health reasons. The only major holdout is quarterback Kyler Murray, whom the team signed to a 5-year, $230 million deal in the offseason. According to one anonymous Cardinals veteran, that huge extension may not have been a great idea. Quote, it was like they created a monster, the player told Bally Sports. According to the report, Murray, 25, felt less compulsion to study his game plan or to fulfill the expectations of the franchise quarterback position than he had in the past. For that reason, the Cardinals' collapse in 2022, in which they finished 4-13 a year after making the playoffs, felt predictable. Right after Murray signed his contract, it was discovered that the Cardinals had put an additional clause in the fine print that required him to complete 4 hours of independent study each game week, where he studied the playbook. It was an unprecedented addition to an NFL contract with just about everyone involved looking bad. The team ended up removing the clause. What a fucking joke. Every single player should have this fucking clause in their contract, in my opinion. Literally, you're saying a $230 million deal and you won't fucking study, dude? Like, that's crazy.
You're playing Call of Duty, bro.
No, it's Halo. Him and Baker were playing Halo and during the season. Remember that shit? For like hours and hours every day. Like, it's fucking crazy.
And that pisses your teammates off too, man. They're out there grinding and they see you on like Xbox Live or whatever playing games. That shit.
Right, because you can go and look at how many hours somebody played in a day.
I think
Remember
Miles
Baker
or
had
someone seen
COVID?
Baker, yeah.
Yeah, Baker had COVID. He played for like 9 hours a day when he had COVID.
I think Miles wanted to
But
get his ass off the game and go to sleep or something, like in a message through PlayStation. He said he only has it to check on people to make sure they're not up fucking all night.
Oh yeah, I seen Nick Chubb.
Yeah, it might have been Nick Chubb.
It was Nick Chubb, yeah.
That's bad.
Sounds like Nick Chubb, man.
I just wanted to get to the part where they talked about his contract because I remember when this contract came out and everybody was like, the Cardinals are racist. If he was a white quarterback, they wouldn't be putting this clause in. No, if he would fucking study, they wouldn't be putting this clause in. You know, like, come on, man. What a joke. It's so obvious.
He seems to
know,
have chemistry
racist, like,
problems with
everything
his
too, so-
team too. Every time he threw an incomplete pass, he'd always like look so pissed off at the wide receiver, even if the ball went over his head. And DeAndre Hopkins is tall. Hard to throw it over his head.
I just don't think he gives enough of a shit. He's a kid.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Look, he just looks like a kid, man. These kids are making so much money. They're so entitled. It's fucking crazy to me, dude. Imagine being the new coach or GM coming into this fucking actual shit show. Like, who's gonna take this job? Well, the team is horrible.
Good luck to whoever does.
I'll take it.
I mean, they're gonna pay me millions of dollars. I'll sit around and lose with the fucking Cardinals, dude. Cliff Kingsbury, you see, he took a one-way plane ticket to some fucking Asian
Thailand.
country, Thailand. He's like, I'm not coming back. Everybody's like, come be our offensive coordinator. He's like, deuces. He's like, I'm not
Literally
coming back.
moved
One
to
way, boy.
Thailand.
Literally after he signed an extension too, so he's like got guaranteed money for years coming.
Well, what were they gonna do? They had to choose between Cliff Kingsbury and Kyler, and even if they wanted to pick Cliff Kingsbury, there's no way. There's no
wasn't
way.
a-
He just signed a
he-
$230 million deal this last offseason, dude. Like,
Cliff probably needed to get out of there. That air raid offense was not working. That's
This is
again
not the
college
original.
shit.
it works. What do you mean?
The
It
way
worked for the
his team-
Buccaneers, Tom Brady, and the air raid offense. Bruce Arians won a Super Bowl with it.
Oh no, it can work. I'm
Just
just
because
saying
it's not working right
Cliff's-
here with
Cliff's
this shitty
it wasn't
team with a
working.
kid fucking quarterback that doesn't take the game seriously, making $230 million fucking dollars. That shit's crazy. I just don't understand. It's crazy
Yeah,
to me.
having money like that just like allows you to be more of who you are. Like, and if he's already lazy and doesn't care, he has all this money now, and he's just gonna like, why would he start to care all of a sudden?
I was reading another article, and I guess his knee injury is pretty yeah, right here. Murray suffered a torn ACL at the end of the 2022 season and may not be ready to return for 2023. And if he does, his mobility, a huge part of his game, may be affected. I was seeing that it's not a very clean tear in his ACL. So like, if you're already lazy, you're already not working that hard or studying, you think he's going to work real hard to get back for training camp in week 1. So imagine being the coach that takes over this team. You're going to have Colt McCoy week 1 with literally no fucking defense.
They're trading
No DeAndre
Hopkins.
Hopkins.
James Conner is gonna be
Maybe, yeah, I guess they just signed James Conner to a deal. You're going to have James Conner, Marquise Brown, and Rondale Moore if he can stay healthy. Which he showed flashes, but he's been hurt all fucking year, you know? Like, they don't... All the receivers got hurt this year, except for DeAndre
Rondale was
Hopkins,
hurt
and they're going to
last year,
fucking trade
too.
him.
in a
I heard
perfect
when-
position. They're not good enough.
I heard
Like,
when
even
this
close.
injury happened that they were talking about how he might not be able to play at the beginning of next year.
Also, that contract, I just looked it up. It was guaranteed 160 million.
And they have not paid very much of it after one season, so...
That's probably one of the quarterbacks I would be least happy having
Me
in
too.
the franchise right now. I didn't really like him that much. Like
Russ or Kyler?
in the NFL,
It's literally to
franchise,
that right
for
now.
sure, Russ, and fantasy maybe even Russ, but like in the NFL, I would 100% just like
At least you know Russ is gonna try. You know, it just feels like Kyler has the talent, he just doesn't try. Like, that's almost unforgivable to me, man. Like, I'd rather have a quarterback that's not as good, but will bust his fucking ass and do his actual best than Kyler Murray's gonna sit around playing Halo and not giving a fuck.
And as much
Yeah.
as we make fun
Raking
of
in
Russ,
his
we know that
230 million.
we know Russ will try, no matter even if he's playing bad, he's gonna try his ass
He's
off.
Mr. Unlimited, dude. Of course he's gonna try. All right, we got another story here that's very similar. Unless, is there anything else you guys want to talk about with Kyler? Or...
Nah, I'm good with him.
Okay.
if his rushing
next,
upside's gone, he's done. Like that's
he's
the
done
only
for
reason I would
fantasy.
even consider drafting him. I'd never
100%.
draft him anyway, so
We have a similar story, except for Sammy Watkins actually has fucking balls, dude. That anonymous player, you know what I mean? That's so weak to me. An anonymous player comes out, like, just put your name on it, bro. Don't be a pussy. Anyways, Sammy Watkins has telling comment about Lamar Jackson's situation in this one. It appears the Baltimore Ravens wide receiver Sammy Watkins isn't convinced that Lamar Jackson is too injured to play for the team's playoffs this weekend. In a recent interview, Watkins said that Jackson's contract situation might be having an influence on his injury. I'm not going to read the whole quote here, but Sammy Watkins is hardly the first person to suggest that Lamar Jackson is choosing not to play through his injury. I think it's supposed to be as he tries to secure a contract extension. Fucking typo. Depending on how the Ravens play in Jackson's absence, he might wind up being a lot more with a lot more leverage heading into the offseason regardless. Yeah.
man, I wish I would have thought about this in the end
If
of the
they
fantasy
roll-
season.
If they roll Huntley and that Brown guy out there and they get slapped by the fucking Bengals and they look like shit and they don't score any points, then Lamar's going to be like, you fucking need me, dude. Like,
He's not
and
wrong.
honestly, my number one takeaway from this article is I don't blame Lamar one bit. As a non-Ravens fan, they wouldn't fucking pay you. They refuse to give you what you want, and now they want you to go out there and play hurt.
And risk
Fuck
everything.
you.
Like if he
Imagine
goes
if he went
down,
out there and totally fucked his knee up.
Yeah,
They'd be like,
he's done
okay,
forever.
good
They
luck.
don't give
See
a
you
fuck about
later.
him.
Or
Yeah.
they'll be like, here's 100 million guaranteed when he's trying to get 150. Fuck that. Or 250. Fuck that.
As a Ravens fan, I'm honestly surprised Lamar hasn't told him to fuck off yet. Like
He
if he
basically
does,
has.
if he does, more power to him. I don't blame the guy one bit, man. Like I won you an MVP. You've never had an MVP before, one time ever in the history of the Ravens. I kick ass every fucking year, and you guys haven't paid me. Like Kyler Murray's getting a contract, and I'm not. Like if Lamar leaves, more power to him,
Well,
dude.
Kyler Murray's was 160 million guaranteed. Lamar wants 250 guaranteed, but he also won an MVP. So
And he's been in the playoffs all but 1 year that he came in. All. Like
Yeah,
he
the
also
Browns
has
ruined the quarterback market.
like he
I love
literally
it.
he has more
Been bad.
touchdowns for his age than any quarterback in NFL history for like being youngest.
I think Sammy
He was
Watkins
like
is
20 when
right.
he came in.
He told the truth, but I also think that it's the smartest thing for Lamar to do. It will make 0 sense for him to go out there and risk it all in the
100%.
playoffs. He has nothing to prove, nothing to gain, besides a Super Bowl. But like, fuck the Ravens, you know.
Also,
If I'm in
Sammy
Lamar's
Watkins
position,
shouldn't
it's
be doing interviews. Like that dude quit on his fucking team in Green Bay. He couldn't do it with Patrick Mahomes. He already played for the Ravens last year and sucked. Sammy Watkins
He's
is a
just
fucking
injury
bust.
prone.
here we go. I
Just
got this
injury
here now.
prone.
This is Lamar Jackson, January 12th, so 3 days ago for us. Thank you, everyone, for your support and concerns regarding my injuries. I want to give you all an update as I am in the recovery process. I've suffered a PCL grade 2 sprain on the borderline of strain 3, so pretty serious, but not like super bad. There's still inflammation surrounding my knee and my knee. Okay. My knee remains unstable. Okay. And I'm still in good spirits as I continue with treatments on the road to recovery. I wish I could be out there with my guys more than anything, but I can't give 100% of myself and my guys and fans. I'm still hoping we still have a chance. That's Lamar's statement. Does that change your mind at all, Mike?
It's hard for me to believe because he's such a competitor. I mean, if he's sitting out, more power to him. But man, I feel like he actually is.
He
hurt.
is a competitor, but he's a 25-year-old dude.
He's not an idiot, man.
if he had a
Right.
You know what I mean?
guaranteed contract already, would he play today?
Oh, yeah. If
Yes.
the Ravens were guaranteeing
100%.
him the money he wanted, he would be on the field today.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Not
That
even
The
a
whole
means-
thing
When
is
he
fucking
so
got
mind.
frustrating.
hurt, they said that he was day to day, and then it was, oh, he'll be back next week, and then he's probably playing. Then they kept ruling him out. You know, he could play, man. And I don't blame him one bit. He bet on himself. He got banged up, and now if he has nothing to gain. You know what I mean?
Right?
For
Only
a
to lose.
contract standpoint.
He could
And
lose
I bet you
everything.
re-injury is a lot higher because a
Yeah.
grade
Oh,
2
yeah. He
gets hurt,
borderline
he's
grade 3
fucked.
PCL sprain. That's dude. If he tears his PCL, dude, that's
I
not an
could- yeah.
ACL. You know what I
He's
mean?
fucked.
Like that could be super
fucked,
serious.
yeah.
He could do that through
100%.
non-contact at this point. Like it's so bad.
And if you tear your PCL, you usually tear your ACL too. So it's like fuck, dude.
Imagine
And
putting
then
Could be
that
he's
on the
J.K.
line for a team
Dobbins
that
next
won't pay
year.
you.
You know what I mean? It could be a Lamar not till the end of next year. Like that's how, and even maybe not even at all next year because it's in the fucking playoffs.
And if
So
Lamar
I-
can't run, it's bad.
I feel it for him,
Everybody
man.
knows that. If he has to
I
stay
think
in the
it's super
pocket,
smart.
I
Your
agree.
boys should have paid him, Mike.
I agree. I've been bitching about it for almost a year now. Since Kyler got his extension, actually. I was like, why is Lamar not getting paid?
Crazy. But
That would have been my first fucking priority if I was Steve Biscotti or whatever the fuck that faggot's
Steve
name is.
Buscemi.
Yeah. I'm gonna put the fucking Ravens owner through a wood chipper. Fargo.
Sorry about the Ravens, dude. They're for sure gonna lose though.
No, we're probably going to lose today. It's bad.
Could
might
be
watch.
worse. Could be a
Could be
Browns
way
fan.
worse.
We can just
Could be
pretend.
better. You could be a Chiefs fan.
Dude, if we close our halfway close our eyes and have a couple drinks, we can pretend that there's orange out there on the field beating the Ravens.
Yeah, dude. There you go.
Well, there will
Just
be orange
pretend
on
that
the
we're
field.
the fuck. Yeah.
There will be
Yeah,
orange
orange.
out there beating the Ravens.
Fucking faggotry orange. Get that shit out of here, dude.
Yeah.
No, fake orange.
Fuck the Bengals.
There's not
yeah.
even any brown. Fuck them, dude. All right,
Yeah,
we can go
Josh,
two
fucking
two ways
Bengals,
here.
man.
we can either talk
Yeah.
about some woke bullshit next, or we can talk about the games yesterday and the games coming up. What do you guys think?
We haven't talked about whatever, man.
Yes,
I have a really funny article I'm saving for the very end though. So what do you guys want to do? We can do CPR Tony Dungy, or we can do wild card yesterday.
Let's do the
That's a pretty
Dungy
good game
story.
yesterday.
Okay. Yeah, we can save the games. I really do want to talk about T-Law and how good I think he is.
Same.
All right, so here's some virtue signaling woke bullshit from Madden. EA Sports to remove CPR celebration from Madden 23 following Damar Hamlin's cardiac arrest. I think Josh actually sent me this first. Didn't you, Josh?
Yeah.
Or was it someone else? Yeah, I think it was Josh, yeah.
Yeah, I sent it in there.
I'm not going to waste my time reading this piece of shit article, to be honest. Fuck Yahoo and fuck Madden. I would just say that maybe Madden should take more time to make a new game every year instead of just putting new rosters on the same fucking game like they do every fucking year. And I could pull up 100 articles of the same bugs being in the game from year to year and the same stands people, and they don't fucking upgrade or change anything. They literally just put a new roster on the game and give you the same fucking game and get $60 out of you every fucking year. So maybe instead of worrying about virtue signaling ESG fucking bullshit points, they should do something for their fucking game because it's dying. Sorry, just saying.
Probably sell it to 2K because EA Sports is fucking garbage. Like
Yeah, they
literally.
are. 100%.
They had somebody one time, it was a Reddit post, somebody that worked for EA. One of their main guys came out and said we could literally give people shit and they'll be rushing to get it.
They've been doing that fucking CPR celebration for so long.
At
Like
least
it has
5
nothing to
years.
do with this, you know?
100%.
I would feel bad for DeMar Hamlin because they've turned him into the current thing, but I think he likes it, so whatever. Imagine being the current thing, dude. Fuck that.
Agreed.
Some fans on Twitter called EA to remove the celebration. What
Imagine
the-
having time like that.
Here we go.
People
Here's the
probably
tweet.
have meltdowns, dude, after they score a touchdown on Madden. seeing the
Jake
CPR celebration.
Lucky. Oh my god.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh my. I'm into like Valorant pro scene, you know? And he has a YouTube channel I watch all the time where he talks about like what's happening with the pros and stuff, you know? That doesn't matter. The point is like he's the one that fucking brought this to people's attention. What a fucking douche, dude. Who thought
What
this was
probably
a good
brought
idea
it to
in the
their
first place?
attention was the Steelers dude doing it, man. The week
Yeah.
after the guy had a heart attack.
I just don't think it's a big deal.
I don't think the celebration should be removed at all. I think the Steelers dude doing it the week after DeMar Hamlin did it
That
was
might
a
have been in
little-
bad
It
taste,
was a
but
little insensitive for
that's a
real.
video game, man. Like,
The video game celebration, dude. It's so fucking doesn't have anything to do with DeMar Hamlin. It's just a fucking celebrate, you know?
now if they make a game where DeMar Hamlin almost
bad.
dies on the field, that might be a little crazy.
They should do
They
the,
said it wasn't related, and I believe them, honestly. They probably been doing that celebration for years, you know what
yeah.
I mean? So
Probably.
maybe it was a little out of taste, but also
Yeah.
like I'm not trying to crucify these dudes over it either, you know?
Yeah, agreed 100%.
I believe in
definitely a little out of
celebration.
taste, but
Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
players should be able to
it's
celebrate
probably
more.
just adrenaline, you know, he's happy, he just made a play.
Because if
Yeah.
I scored a touchdown in the NFL, I'd pull my fucking pants down and start beating my dick off right there in the end zone. Don't give a shit. What's up, boys?
Okay.
We all know you can't catch them. Like,
I know.
Yeah, unless it's a dick in his fucking ass.
I could get down
Got
that
him.
field, but I'm not catching it, man. Drop the
Yeah,
ball.
I
you
wanna-
burnt
I-
Randy and dropped it every time, so
We need to do it again this summer.
dude, I'm just gonna stand there next time and watch you run past me and then drop the ball. It's gonna be way easier for me. I'm not gonna sweat.
not even run. No, he won't have any pressure, so he might actually catch it then.
Nah.
Let's be
It's like
honest. he
Deontay
won't.
Johnson out there, bro.
The second time I heard your footsteps, the first time I like fucked up. The second time I heard you comment and I was like, fuck, I gotta catch this. Like now.
I wanna see an NFL team do the vaccine celebration.
Yo,
where they
dude,
score a
imagine you'd be like,
touchdown, and then they fall over like everybody, dude. It'd be crazy.
act
The
like you put-
Illuminati would get him.
your
dude.
friend comes, the teammate comes over and acts like he's giving you an injection. And you just grab your heart and fall over, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Died suddenly.
Do you
Taunt.
think that would get
Aaron
aired?
Rodgers,
You think
dude. If
they
only
would
he was in the
fucking
playoffs.
not air
It's our
that?
only hope. No, they wouldn't
Mhm.
air it. They would
Oh,
air it the
dude.
first time when they
Rodgers.
didn't know if you were watching the game, and then you wouldn't be able to find it anywhere, and they'd fucking censor the shit out of it.
Crazy.
I'm just tired of the woke bullshit, man. The virtue signaling nonsense. And that's basically what we're dealing with in this one, too. So this is from Fox News. Tony Dungy rips article examining black athletes' injuries in football. Absolutely ridiculous, obviously. Super Bowl champion coach Tony Dungy slammed an article in the Scientific American on Friday that claimed the NFL's violence disproportionately affected black men. The opinion article says black men are overrepresented on the playing field and underrepresented in positions of power. The article claimed that through the process of racial stacking, coaches allegedly racially segregate by playing positions by playing position and put black players at higher risk. What? I have to read that again. Hold on. Racial stacking. Coaches allegedly racially segregate by playing position and put black players at higher risk. What?
Huh.
That's really stupid.
Oh my god.
All
wanna
this time
talk
I
to
thought
him.
that all this time I thought Lamar was a black quarterback. I guess I was wrong.
It was gonna send me to
I don't even
article.
understand like
Me
his
either.
argument, dude. It
Has
What,
there
you
doesn't
been
talking about
make
anything that
Hamlin?
what?
You talking about Hamlin?
No,
Well,
he's talking about like black players having a higher risk for injury because of
Tony
the
Dungy's
positions they
against
play.
this, by the way. You guys know that, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
He
he's
rips the
against it.
article.
Oh,
So
okay.
Tony Dungy rips
Whew.
the article. It's an
Oh,
article
so
that Tony
he
Dungy
is.
brought to light, and he was like, "Fuck this article," basically, right?
Okay.
Absolutely ridiculous is what he says. So basically, because the next story we have is this: Tony Dungy, and when someone you admire turns out to be a homophobe. So it's just like the playbook for the left, you know? Tony Dungy says correct thing that doesn't fit with narrative. Incoming homophobe, racist, sexist. He'll be the black face of white supremacist by the end of the fucking week, dude. Legitimately.
I was like literally shocked when I thought it was Tony Dungy saying this shit. I'm like,
No,
he-
Tony
When in
Dungy's a
all
Jew,
reality,
dude.
Tony
Yeah.
Dungy's like one of the nicest people ever. Like they used to do interviews with him. I guess he never swears. And one time he said "best damn sports show," and that was on, and it threw his players off. He's usually a classy guy. I
Dude.
don't. The left is fucking out of their mind.
Well, this form of entertainment has been normalized. Hamlin's injury demonstrates that ordinary violence has potentially deadly consequences and highlights how black men's athletic labor sustains this brutal system, the article says. Has there been anything besides the NFL and the NBA that has given generational wealth to African Americans more? Ever. Like, seriously. Generational wealth. Millions and millions and millions of dollars. And we're complaining about it. They'll never be happy. Never. Ever. Crazy. Let's see what Tony
Yeah,
Dungy
we're
said
so
here.
fucked, dude.
So this is a Scientific American. The terrifying, ordinary nature of football's violence disproportionately affects black men. And Tony Dungy says, as a black man and former NFL player, I can say this article is absolutely ridiculous. Thank you,
Yeah.
Tony Dungy. Thank you.
Tony Dungy's the man.
But
It's the
now they're
same
just going to
people
shit on
just
him.
making fake stupid shit. All that articles. It's like not even anything real, man. They're just the same dumbass people writing these stupid ass articles, dude. Like on all these
Yeah,
different
dude.
topics that they know nothing about, but they're just trying to like
They just put racism and everything.
Yeah.
I bet you it's a white person too.
These guys are playing a game that we all love, dude, except they were fortunate and put in the hard work to actually be,
But you have to have real.
you know, yeah. But
You
like,
have
you know
to
what I'm saying?
have
They're
the
playing a
skills.
game
Yeah.
they love. They're playing a game
Oh,
they
yeah.
love, dude. It has nothing to do with
Making
them
millions
being
too.
more at a risk, and it's such bullshit, dude. It's such
They don't
woke
have to
garbage,
play.
man.
any
Yeah.
single
Don't play.
person in the NFL is at
Yeah.
the same amount of risk as any other player based on position. A kicker is at the same amount of risk as a kicker. A kick returner, like depending on who
They're
gets more
trying to
kick
say
returns, but
like
it's
there's more white quarterbacks and offensive linemen and kickers and punters and more black like defenders and receivers and running backs.
I
And
remember
that
Wes
and
Welker
they're
getting fucked up.
basically saying that the coaches do this on purpose because they're racist and they want the black people to be in the positions that take the hits. You know what I mean? That's why there's white quarterbacks and white kickers and black that's
Just
basically
they're
the whole
better,
article.
dude.
Right.
if
It's
you- Plus, if you were
that doesn't
racist,
exist to them though.
I
Like
know exhausted.
meritocracy doesn't exist.
You couldn't be a coach in the NFL and be a
I
racist, man.
think just the
That you'd
best
have to
player
be
plays,
exhausted
and
by the
then
end of the
whatever
day.
color he happens to be and whatever injury he happens to get is just because of like football, not meaning
100%.
like white or black or
Take Wes Welker for example. That man had
Black
to retire
man's
because of
football guy.
concussions because he was always getting fucked up. It had nothing to do with his skin color. It's just
But they would
always
say
looked
he was
across
like the
middle.
one white guy who played wide receiver, and that's why that happened to him. And all the black people always play wide receiver, and that's why they're more at risk. That's their fucking argument.
So
I don't
if you
agree
have
with it. I'm just
100,
saying.
if you have 100 people and 90 of them are colored and 10 are white, and you're like 30 people got hurt, you know,
And 28 of
22
them were black or
it's
something.
like,
Yeah, 25 or whatever. Yeah.
well, it's like, well, actually half of the white people got hurt, so it's more. But you just can't like look at it like that. It's just stupid.
Plus,
So
none of the
stupid.
players are looking at it like that, man. These are guys that are
No,
looking at their
dude.
brothers on the field, not looking at skin color. Like, oh, that's
Yeah.
my fucking
They just love the
lineman.
game, like Josh said, dude. They're playing
Like,
something that
but-
they love, and they're making millions of dollars doing it. They're literally giving generational wealth to African Americans, and we're complaining about it. That's what
You
I
think
can't
they're on the
stand, dude.
sideline looking at Cooper Cup like, lucky you're not gonna get hurt today, bro.
Right, as he gets hurt this
Like,
year
what
and
the
misses
fuck,
like the whole
dude?
season. Yeah, dude.
Lamar steps back. He's like, Andrews is a safe option, man.
Yeah, he won't get hurt. Throw it to him. Like, so stupid, dude.
Put Wes
So I
out there,
figured
he
they'd
won't get
cover that
hurt.
up.
Like what? Dude?
Yeah,
We
well,
had
Wes
to cover
always
that
got
shit.
hurt.
Yeah, no, Wes Welker doesn't get hurt, dude. He's white. He has no risk.
That man's like
Hey,
brain
people
dead
have
from
no
concussions
risk.
and Molly.
There's no ligaments in white people's
I just hate
knees and
this
shit.
woke. The woke shit is out of control,
It's
dude.
such garbage, man. It's ruining everything.
Let's have some fun.
Crazy.
Now that we're over the serious woke bullshit that we all hate. So this dude is Quay Walker. He is a defender for the Packers, and this was the last week of the regular season. I was going to talk about it this week, but I figured I'd save it for our Saturday show, which ended up being a Sunday show, but you know.
This is my boy DJ Chark. He's gonna put him on his ass.
This is Quay Walker here. He's trying. I don't even remember who's injured here.
It looks like it's
But-
Swift.
I think it is Swift, but he ended up being okay after, obviously, because he's God. So let's see here. Look at this Lions guy. He's ready for that smoke, dude. Let's go, boy. Get him turned around. He's like, "Bitch, you want some of this?"
Tight end
Old
turned
man.
around really fast too. 89
Well,
was gonna
if you
fuck his
notice,
shit
the
up.
other guy here, he comes and hits the guy too. See? Isn't that crazy? Watch this guy. Watch this guy right here.
Hmm.
They cut it off right when he was doing it. It's crazy. So he did that, then he got ejected, obviously, because that's a piece of shit thing to do. And this is him afterward, walking down the tunnel.
Oh my goodness.
Boo.
My dad wouldn't let me pick out the
Read
cereal.
his
I
lips right
wanted.
here. I didn't even do anything. I didn't do anything. You're like, okay, buddy, we got it on camera. Like, show me again. It's so funny. What
It's
a
like
child,
a
dude.
4-year-old at Thanksgiving who's too over.
Yeah, he's like
stimulated.
Josh's daughter, dude.
He's having a fit in the grocery store,
Didn't do
dude.
anything. I just love reading his lips right there when he says, I didn't do anything. I'm like, dude, we know what you did, buddy.
It's like the kid going to the principal's office.
And yeah, he's suspended 13,000. They could have used him out there. They lost to the Lions and didn't make the playoffs, dude. Crazy. But yeah, he was fined 13,000 for it.
I was going for the Lions anyway that game.
I thought that was kind of a funny little thing to talk about. I've been holding on to that for a while too.
I told
Good
you the
rap
Lions would
play.
win at least 9 games, dude.
You were right.
Just
I
saying.
yeah, they were good, man, this year. No doubt. You know who else is really good though? Is fucking Trevor Lawrence, dude.
True.
Ooh, my boy.
What do you guys think about this T Law fucking status?
I'm excited about the Jags next year, man.
He threw
Same.
4 interceptions in the first half, dude.
And then came back. 'Cause
Never
he's
throwing an
a fucking
interception
gangster.
in the first quarter in his NFL career. And he threw 3 last night.
ETN looked nice, 109 yards.
Yeah, he did. He looked really good too, legitimate. He caught some passes too.
How about Evan Ingram?
Only
How
one?
about Christian
Hmm.
Kirk, dude? Winning me $400. Him and Trevor Lawrence, dude.
Evan Ingram, dude.
I love it.
Evan
Zay
Ingram,
Jones.
He was sure spreading the love too. Look at all his catches, man.
Christian
Yeah,
Kirk,
I
dude.
really like it.
I'm a believer now, dude.
Oh
He
my
turned me.
Oh,
god.
God damn it.
Josh wins
No.
one parlay and he loves Christian Kirk now.
That-
He's got a jersey on the way.
It's so good.
He's so good, dude. He just looks different.
You took that $50, bro, and turned it into 400 on Christian
God.
Kirk's back.
I know,
Austin
dude.
Eckler got fucked. I didn't realize how bad he played.
He only cares about fantasy.
What's that? It? How's
Yeah,
Josh Kelly averaging more yards per carry than him? That shit's crazy.
You seen that? Yeah, you showed the video back there. He's like, "Yeah, we ready to roll. We fantasy championship." And he like
He
pops
wasn't
off. And now
lying.
the actual playoffs, he's like, "Yeah, I don't really care that much. Fantasy's over."
Wanted that coach to get fired. By the way, Brandon Staley's probably going to get fired after that game. I think it's a safe bet.
Yes, he should, dude.
He also went for it on
Sean
2 more than
Payton, dude,
anybody
is gonna
else
be
in the
the
NFL.
Chargers head coach. It's gonna suck for me.
I heard the Broncos are interested in him.
Before we move on from that game, though, like, how high is Trevor Lawrence going to get drafted in redraft next year, dude? Like, seriously.
And a
Third.
2 quarterback started probably super high in redraft. I'd say
Really,
fifth round.
fifth quarterback off the board.
He's going to get drafted in that same
Fifth or
area. You
sixth.
think he's made it to the that 5th round in botheads where everyone drafts their quarterback pretty much?
I
Fifth, sixth
don't
round.
know,
We'll grab him.
yeah.
I might,
Late
dude, depending.
fifth, early sixth, maybe.
Depends how my draft goes up until that point.
It depends where I'm sitting on the board and how many quarterbacks go before me. There is a chance he'll be my quarterback for sure. I do think he's prime for a breakout, and he's just adding more and more weapons with Calvin Ridley coming next year. ETN only going to get better, dude. Like, I love it. And then the other side of the coin, like you guys were already talking about a little bit, they're probably going to get a new coach, and hopefully that will help Justin Herbert's fantasy value because he's my dynasty quarterback in Dingleberry, and he really let me down this year, to be honest with you guys, dude. It was a rough year.
A lot of injuries this year too. It was a
What about
very
Geno?
bad
Isn't
one.
Geno's an unrestricted free agent this year? What's
Really?
going to happen with him, dude?
He's
Seattle
too
doesn't have that
inconsistent.
high of a pick, man, because obviously they
He
made the
had a
playoffs.
crazy season, like a crazy good season, man.
He was like a
Did they
top
re-sign
10
him?
quarterback at one point, wasn't he? And
That's what I was
Fantasy?
going to ask you guys. Is he going to be back to the Seahawks? Is he going to get a starting job somewhere? Like, it's hard to predict, I know, but
Well, it's really hard to say too, because they have like the 3rd overall pick in the draft, don't they?
It
from
depends on what
someone
they're
else.
looking for.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, they got the
Broncos.
Broncos pick. They do have a high pick, Randy.
Oh,
They got
wow.
Russ's pick.
they fleeced the
That's
fucking
crazy.
Broncos, dude.
So, yeah, they probably will draft a quarterback, huh? That sucks for Geno, man. He played
It
so
does
well
suck
this
for him, but he
year.
might get another shot somewhere, you know?
In
Maybe.
Houston.
How
It
good is DK
sucks.
Metcalf? Oh, my God.
Geno Smith to the Saints.
Gino
I
was
would like to see
definitely
that.
like the weak point, you know what I mean, though? I think.
Mm.
He fell apart last night
Him and
in
the
the second
offensive line,
half.
dude. Gino's not gonna win you the big games, man. It sucks. He had a great year. I'm happy for him. But
DK Metcalf.
just to
man.
be honest, you know?
DK is a beast.
Always.
I love what I see from DK. He's got to be a top 10 dynasty receiver for me now. He was fringing, I feel like, before the season, but I was still had him right around there, and I feel like he just like solidified it for me, dude. This season,
I
he played
was
so well.
so low on Metcalf because of Geno going into the
Imagine if he got a better quarterback, dude. How high is he going to rise in dynasty, dude? Especially
Huge.
with a third
Ceiling, man,
pick
is-
in the draft class that we have now, you know?
The ceiling for him is so high.
After the playoffs, I'm gonna have to start scouting some of these college players.
I think the last name to talk about here is pretty much Kenny Walker for dynasty value. You guys thinking about Kenny? I know yesterday we had our friend Swan over and he said that Kenny Walker was better than Brees Hall. Pretty bold.
That's a bit of a hot take.
I like Kenny Walker. I can't agree with that though. How are you guys hot, warm? What are you thinking about him?
I
I'm
would
still
trade 2
hot.
Kenny Walkers for 1 Brees Hall, but
Ooh, I don't know about that.
I still like Kenny Walker. Like
You think Brees
more
Hall's
than I ever
double
have.
Kenny Walker?
I would rather him like that much. I don't know if his value would equate to that, but I love Brees
If
Hall
I
so
can
much
have
more than
2
Walker.
Kenny Walkers, I would take that over Brees Hall any day.
I
No
would
doubt.
too, yeah.
I got both into
And I love Brees Hall.
Me
Sorry,
too.
everyone, dude.
I'd much
Well,
rather have
you
Brees
guys-
Hall than Kenny Walker for sure, but double?
You guys know
No
that
way,
I
man.
haven't ever been high on Kenny Walker though. This is the highest I've ever been on him, but I'm still like,
He
man, I
had a
don't-
great season, dude.
you called him Ronald Jones.
I traded for him twice, and I'm not unhappy about it. I'm not like unhappy because it's not value. Just I don't know. I don't like Kenny Walker.
To be fair, when we were doing the draft last season, I told Randy he was full of shit, and the next day he sent me the second pick in the draft. Because I was
And
like,
then-
no, there's no way you're not going after Kenny Walker. He was like, really? How about
I
this
want
trade?
to talk about Josh's Brock Purdy. What was it? Take yesterday that he said. What were you saying about Brock Purdy? If they win the Super Bowl, you think they're done with Trey Lance, dude?
No, dude, I didn't say that. Did I?
Or was it Swan? Somebody said it
Yeah, it was
yesterday.
Swan. It
Swan.
wasn't
Somebody
me,
was
dude.
telling me. Oh, it was Swan. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
it wasn't me.
God, we got to have Swan on this
Whew.
podcast, dude. He has the craziest takes. dude.
Careful with that, dude.
How do you
He
look
might
with
be
that
right.
belt?
Even I don't agree with him, but he might be right. Who knows? I don't know. Trey
How do you
Lance
look-
is
How did Swan
I
look
don't
with that
think
title?
Brock Purdy's going into Philly, dude, and beating Philly.
You don't think so? He looked good yesterday.
18 for 30, no turnovers, man.
3 tuggies, and he ran one too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's ungodly impressive, but I still stand by they gave up too much for Trey Lance to give up on him already.
They have so many weapons too, man.
They're a really good football team.
Bro, 3 firsts and a third just to move up in the draft. Like, how do you give up on Trey Lance now?
Is there a world where they play both? If Brock Purdy's like, if he takes him to the Super Bowl, say they win the Super Bowl, is there a world where they just have Trey Lance with packages?
Huh.
Randy, you were literally stabbing me in the heart.
Oh, it sounds terrible.
At least trade him somewhere else, please, dude. Give him
He
a
makes a good
chance.
point though. That
I'm
with
so
that
tired of these people, man. I'm so tired of this shit. This Trey Lance hate. He had one game in a fucking monsoon, and we're all done with him. Not you guys. I'm just saying, like in general. If you look
Yeah.
at the dynasty community on Trey Lance right now, he's so fucking dead to everyone. I just do
Swan
not
looked at
understand.
one of my teams and seen Trey Lance and he said, cut him.
you're talking
Obviously he
fantasy.
was being like, but he doesn't like him apparently.
Trey Lance played in my championship game against Cole and the botheads that I lost. He got like 24 fucking points in that game because Lamar was hurt last year too.
I'm gonna buy up all the Trey Lance I can until people like
Not for
him, like
me.
Justin Fields. Like if everyone hated Justin Fields,
Before the season, as I did, you could get Justin Fields cheap as fuck. So
sounds like
cheap,
you can do
dude.
the same with Trey Lance here because
Yeah. I don't know, man. Brock Purdy is
Really?
playing really well, so
What do you
I
guys
don't know
think
what
about
they're gonna
the
It at least deserves to be a conversation if he wins the Super Bowl.
oh
I
yeah.
got one
I
for
think
you.
he
It has to
win
be,
the
I
Super
think.
Bowl to make it a conversation though.
How about the Bears taking interest, like
I don't
actually
know.
taking
I think it could
offers
be a
for
good
Justin
conversation right
Fields?
now.
Yeah, we talked about that last time. It's stupid. But with Brock Purdy, shit, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that it could still be a conversation if they make it to say the NFC Championship game and they lose like 31-30 to the
He
Eagles and he
plays real
throws
well.
3 touchdowns and no intercept. Like if he has a game like this and he plays really well and they lose in the Super Bowl or the NFC Championship game, I still think it'll be a conversation. I do.
With how well he's played
Agreed.
thus far, I think he deserves to have it be a conversation if he loses next week.
I think if Trey Lance is healthy, it's his job.
I agree.
I think he'll win the
Brock
job
Purdy
too,
doesn't
but
go far.
I think it's ridiculous to not think that you can even think about it being the other way. You know what I mean?
I mean, you
Brock
can.
Purdy's looked good.
Yeah, but so the last pick in the draft was 3 first-round picks.
I know, but at a certain point, Tom
The
Brady was a
value's
6th-round
there.
pick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you just
And they
keep playing
just
like
paid
this, it's
Drew
hard
Bledsoe.
to.
But that was like
It's
an
really
aging
hard.
quarterback that they.
It's like
No,
31.
dude. They just invested into Drew
They just
Bledsoe.
signed him from the Jets. Yep, I remember that. They just signed him to a big deal, and he got hurt, and Tom Brady, and then Drew Bledsoe came back at the end of the year, and they're like, "Who should we start?" And they just started Tom Brady, and he won the fucking Super Bowl, dude.
I agree that it's going to be Trey Lance. I'm just saying, like, it deserves to be a conversation. At some point, it comes down to, like, you losing the value blows, but you got to do what's better for your franchise. And if
I
Brock
mean,
Purdy wins you a Super Bowl, dude, he looks good as fuck, dude. Doesn't he
No, if he
not?
wins a Super Bowl, I believe that he really could.
Even right now, has he not played up? You know, he's breaking records. He's like,
he's
he's looked really good, man. I
he's
like Brock
proved
Purdy.
that he's definitely starting caliber quarterback at the very least,
Yeah,
in my
he can
opinion.
play in
Even
this
if he
league,
is a
dude.
low end starter, he's still starting caliber, and he has the potential to be. I mean, this guy, the way that he's played as a rookie, 7th
Send him to
round, last pick,
Minnesota, dude. Let him go to
he has a
Minnesota.
fucking legit to be legit. He has the legit to be legit. He has a shot to be a legit, like top 5 quarterback. But I'm not
Oh
saying
yeah,
he is, obviously. But
he's played great, and if it wasn't for their situation and Trey Lance wasn't just sitting there waiting, I'd be like, wow, Brock Purdy, man, he could.
He
Like he's
looks
not gonna
better
be the
than Kirk
next Tom
Cousins.
Brady, but he's not. You know what I mean? Because that's insane. Like no one's gonna
he
be the next
could
Tom Brady.
be not like as good as Tom Brady, but like that kind of like 7th round pick out of
Mhm.
nowhere, taking over for somebody. You know what I mean? Like who
I mean, I
knows?
would love to see it, but I
It's a
just
hell of a
Rather,
stat line.
it would just be crazy for them to get away. I want to see. I'm interested. Maybe Trey Lance goes to another team. There's so many
That would be
options that they
sick.
could do.
There's a lot of places that need a quarterback right now too. I just love Trey Lance so much. I love his talent. I loved him coming out of college. Like I want to see more. You know. My next one the next player I wanted to talk about was Deebo Samuel. He had a huge fucking game after kind of a disappointing season from where you drafted him. I think I looked back at the school rankings. I had him like wide receiver 4 before the season. So, what's our thought on Deebo's dynasty value right now? Are you buying him, selling him, holding him? Can you sell him for what you want? You know, how
I
much
could
are you buying him for?
I could
I'm
see
either
selling him.
holding him or buying him.
You can't sell him for shit right now. I feel like that's the problem. Like he had such a rough season. Let me I'm gonna pull up his stats actually real quick, but you guys can go ahead.
I'm holding him until his value goes up, or I'm buying him for dirt cheap from Mike.
I don't know, Mike. Would you sell him for dirt cheap though? How much
Dirt
would you
cheap?
want?
No.
How much would you want for him?
If I could get a good young receiver and maybe a second or a first. Probably not a first. I don't
So
see a
you want a
first being
better receiver
achievable.
and first?
No,
Younger
not
receiver,
better.
not necessarily
Like
better.
who?
Who'd be a good example of that? Like,
But there's not one
Like a
receiver that's
rookie.
like.
yeah, I'm trying to think of a rookie off the top of my
Yeah, there
head.
is. There's Jahan Dotson.
Jahan Dotson
That's
and
one right
first
there.
for Debo.
Yeah, second maybe.
If that was happening in Prestige, I'd do it.
I'm not buying Debo.
That's what he's
I
gonna
also
cost. People
don't.
with Debo aren't gonna just
I
get. You
got
know what I mean? They're gonna want a lot for him.
I got Debo in that Jersey league where you got 0.2 per rushes, and man, Debo really let me down near the end.
All right. Yeah, it was bad this year. Holy shit. I guess he was injured though. Let's see
I
here.
don't know if I would trade any of the rookies straight up, like any of the top 7 for Debo, like straight up without a pick.
He just turned 27 to be fair, so next year will be his 27 season, but still. That's kind of rough, man. I know he missed some time.
He
He only
started
missed
off
3
so
games
hot.
though. He only missed 3 games, 4 games.
Look at that start all the way to week 7. He was kicking ass.
He was okay. He wasn't top 5 wide receiver like everybody was drafting him to be though. you know?
I have Debo in a couple spots, and if someone offered me something like that, I would slam the shit out of it.
Do you think his value would have been higher if they didn't get CMC? Because they were running him a lot more,
Yeah.
obviously.
How much you buy him for then, Randy? If you were buying Debo, what would you offer?
24 first and a piece of shit receiver.
Like what kind of like Jacoby Myers? Like okay, but not like great,
Yeah,
or
like
just like literal piece
Jacoby
of garbage?
Jacoby Myers, like I'm trying to think, like Tyler Boyd, like a
Oh man. So you're
like
pretty
a
low on
third
Debo.
receiver. Yeah,
I feel like people who haven't paid too much for him and aren't gonna let him go for shit like that.
I paid 2 first for him,
He might be
and
a hold.
I would trade him for like any of the top 7 rookie receivers without a pick.
Sure.
I'd trade him
Really?
for
You'd trade
Garrett
Jahan
Wilson, Chris
Dotson.
Olave. Not
Well,
Jahan
yeah.
Dotson's one of them. That's like not really my top
I
7.
would
Any of
definitely
the
trade
other
him
guys.
for the top 3 and maybe George Pickens and Christian Watson too.
You'd have to give
But I
plus though,
mean,
dude.
Well, I'd do
You
it for
can't trade
Pickens
the
for
Debo
person
sure.
with
plus.
Debo
If
wouldn't
someone
do
wants
it
to give
though.
me more, then that would be sweet. But I would do it if someone sends me one of those rookies for Debo.
Bro, if I had Debo and somebody sent me Pickens in a second, I would slam
If someone
that
sent me
shit.
Pickens, I would slam it. I would give them a second.
Yeah, like
Maybe not that hard, but like
I'm kind of with you though. Like I'm huge on Pickens right now.
I
I would give
mean,
Debo in a third for Olave or Wilson.
Debo
too.
could still be alright
Or
for like
London.
4 years, man.
Could be.
He's worth in a redraft for sure. If
He
he's
looked
there.
good yesterday.
Yeah, he
Looked
did.
healthy.
I agree.
But it's gonna get that
I
sour
think
taste.
Randy's definitely a little low on him for sure.
I agree.
Where would you rank him, Randy? Let's say redraft top. Would you put him in your top 20?
Yeah, he's around there, top 24.
But for Dynasty, what about that?
He might
Same
move
or
his way out.
damn, he's not even your top 24 in Dynasty.
I'd have
That's...
to look at it. It's real close. He might still be on there.
Who would you rather have for redraft next year, Debo or Brandon Ayuk?
That's
If
really
Brock
hard.
Purdy's playing Brandon Ayuk.
That's really hard.
Debo.
For redraft, I'd take Debo.
Yeah,
But I think
that's hard.
Dynasty, I would lean
Dynasty, I would
Ayuk
definitely
just because of
take
the
Ayuk,
years.
but
I think
redraft, I
Ayuk's
still might.
23, right?
That Ayuk's coming into his own now.
Brandon Ayuk has been playing wide receiver 1, even though they list him as wide receiver 2. He plays like 100% of the snaps.
Yeah.
Couple shit games in there, but other than that, he was fucking killing it.
Wide receiver 15, man. He had a great season, for real.
That's why it's so hard. He might already have passed Debo.
Got 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns this year, dude. That's...
Can you believe 2 years ago they weren't even sold on him? They're like, this guy can't run routes that well, and now he looks this good.
Cats are fucking with something over there. All
It looked like you were staring at something there for a minute.
Yeah, Mr. Ludwig von Mittens is fucking with something over there. I don't know what he's doing. But
Like,
you guys,
I love Debo. He's so talented. But
Yeah, I
just
agree
to
with
get
that.
him into your roster, like I don't know, man. It just
Didn't you
him and
bench him a
CMC
lot?
do this. Yeah, him and CMC do like the same things. So it's like I felt all season like it's either gonna be him or CMC. When Ayuk was playing, I'm like he's gonna get the targets and be the actual wide receiver. But
But
Debo
what
has
about
a chance
yesterday?
to bust out.
Yesterday, Debo and CMC 8.
It can happen.
49ers look good.
Just
There might be
Just
too many mouths to feed
consistently-
with Kittle and Ayuk too, though. That's my thing. And Elijah Mitchell looks good somehow. That's kind of crazy. So
there wasn't a
will
lot
be.
of consistency. I know he got hurt and banged up and shit, but he's
there's only
Another good
so many
receiver.
points one offense can score in fantasy. You know what I mean? Like no matter how good the offense is. So I kind of get what you mean, but at the same time, it's like you paid 2 first for Debo. You can't just turn around and trade him for nothing now. Like
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, I want
good.
something. I want at least like a first or a rookie wide receiver that got drafted early last year, you know?
If you want to sell Debo, you have to wait until he has a good week. You have to wait until next season, I think, dude. If you want to
What if he
get
keeps
anywhere
popping off in the
close.
playoffs? What if he has another huge
Possible.
game, you know?
Sucks
I
that
don't want a
Cole's
lot for him.
No
throwing
one's
in.
gonna want to pay for him right now, you know? Why pay for him now?
Because I want more for him later if he does better. Like I'm not gonna trade him just straight up for a rookie receiver if he like starts popping off and playing well. Then I want to pick with it, you know?
I feel like if Cole wasn't throwing, he'd be the person to trade it to. Like if he was
I got
trying to
him from
compete
Cole.
this year. Oh. What
Mhm.
about Keith? God, he needs Jesus. I don't know
Needs
what he'd
younger
give you.
players.
He has no
His team's
assets
just
that I want.
old. Yeah, he's got Stephon Diggs that he won't trade. Joe
That's the first
Mixon
thing he
that he
should
won't
do.
trade. Oh, he traded Joe Mixon for Alvin Kamara. Never mind. Yeah, it seems fucked.
That is not a good idea.
Just trade Debo for like an
Imagine.
older, shittier player. That's
I
all
mean,
he
if you get
had.
Stephon Diggs.
Oh yeah, I give a pick up and Debo for Stephon Diggs.
Yeah. And this could be the chance he actually could get a lot for Diggs, but he won't do it.
Yeah, I was looking at his team the other day. This guy could definitely start rebuilding this year if he sold the right guys.
He should, but he won't. He's gonna go all in again and trade all of his picks again and get like one okay player, and his team's just gonna be men. He's gonna score a lot of points and maybe make the playoffs, but not win the Super Bowl.
He did have an
That's his
incredible season though. He started off like 1-7 and then came back.
yeah, he scored so many more points than people in the playoffs, including you and me, Mike. He didn't make the playoffs, so 'tis a rough road for him, dude.
Sucks. We both got bounced in the first round, didn't we?
Yeah, Josh beat me.
Yeah, I think yeah, Trey got me. Fuck.
I beat Josh and Bot, and he beat me and didn't go by the first round. You guys see this article? New York Post slam for outing husband of officer who slept with half her department.
Oh, is that what
That's
that meme
literally-
is?
It's literally the fucking couch meme, dude. The little white girl and all the
I've been
dudes standing around her.
seeing that everywhere and had no idea what the context was for like 3 days.
Megan Hall was fired after an investigation revealed she had sex on duty with other officers. An American tabloid is being slammed for outing the husband of a female police officer who slept with over half of the sworn officers in her Tennessee department, and the act has drawn outrage from readers. Oh, we're not outraged that she's fucking everyone that she works with. We're outraged that we're outing them for doing it. Okay. In a recent recap of the tale of disgraced L.A. Vergna police officer Megan Hall, the New York Post identified the woman's husband, Jedediah Hall. Jedediah.
Isn't
Citing
that
that
the guy that
Mr.
works for
Hall.
Princess Carolyn?
Yeah, for real. Mr. Hall had not consented to an open marriage as Mrs. Hall had claimed. The Post ran a full story on the husband pulling information about his work, birthplace, and personal hobbies from social media and promotional posts he did for the State Park Service. Despite the popularity of the scandal, however, readers were overwhelmingly critical of the Post for exposing Mr. Hall and plastering his image all over the internet. Leave it to the Post to expose a vulnerable and innocent. The vulnerable and innocent. Okay, buddy. Why was it necessary to put the poor husband's face and name all over the paper? He was fired or blah, 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 blah. Okay, we get it. I don't need to hear all the quotes of the lefties mad about dumb shit.
What's the
Yeah,
appeal of the
majority of-
chick anyway?
I know, she does. She looks like a basic white bitch. Still,
She
the
looks like a
majority of,
teenage girl.
Commentators sympathized that Mr. Hall was one individual, pointing out that the Post added insult to injury by posting the men and Mrs. Hall cheated on him with, including one which she was overheard saying had a, quote, big black cock in the same article. As if his wife being all over the news isn't bad enough. Dude, they're just literally pulling a bunch of quotes from bullshit. Married police officer fired. Okay, so I think that might be it, right? So this bitch slept with half the people in her department. And if I actually give me a second, I can pull up what her husband looks like too.
Serve and protect, bro.
Yeah, serving
Mhm.
those fucking dicks.
Blowjobs for all my coworkers.
Fucking glizzy gobbler, dude.
There needs to be more women like her in the workforce.
God damn it, Randy.
And we're canceled.
Well, guys, it's been a great show.
You're not allowed to fuck your employees.
I don't think she's their boss.
Ordinarily, no. I think that's kind of
Or your
against
coworkers,
regulation.
I mean, your coworkers.
And then there was that time
Oh,
Peggy got with you, but that was just under the rug, you know?
Did the New York Post delete the article? I wonder. I can't find it. I'm searching for it here. What was her name again? Hall, right?
Megan Hall. Looking her up on Twitter right now. Sending her a DM.
Yeah.
She has
needs a
standards,
job.
dude.
She can come join our podcast, man.
If I
Gotta be
buy a
cop.
magnifying glass and black spray paint, can we make this happen? Now we
Dude, this
might be
shit is
canceled.
hard to find, dude. It's like it doesn't exist.
That's because we're slut shaming, which apparently is a problem now.
I mean, don't be a slut.
Agreed.
Oh, I think I might have found it.
Dude, more people need shame in their life. They really do. Shame's
I feel
good
like
for
it's
you.
so horrible that they're posting his face all over the internet, and I'm immediately like, I have to go and find fucking pictures of him. No, it's not in this one either. Wow. Do you think they deleted it because of the backlash, or?
Who knows with today's world? Probably.
Cancel, cancel,
Surprised me.
cancel.
Oh, here we go. Husband of Tennessee cop. Let's see. Center department scandal. Sticking with his wife. All right, I got it. Hold on. I
Him and
found
everyone
it.
else.
There he is. He looks like a fucking cuck. Such a basic white woman. I do not understand,
No
dude.
chest.
Basic AF. So basically, this is saying that he's sticking with her, even though they weren't in a fucking open relationship. All I'm saying is, if your wife cheats on you with one dude, that's one thing. It's fucked up still. If she's sleeping with half the fucking department, run, dude. Run. Run
Yeah.
far, run fast. You think that she's gonna get another job and not fuck half that fucking workforce too? Like, come on, bro.
Scroll down just a little bit. It looks like her fucking tongue is in jail with those teeth.
I feel bad for him, dude.
That's a hard way to go, dude. It's
Jesus
a hard
Christ.
way to go, dude.
Oh, look, you want to see all the men she slept with? Here's one.
And the dog.
The New York Post is fucking sick.
Look at that. Look at Luke. She slept with Luke Cage.
That's the guy
man.
with the big black cock, dude. She said one of them had a big black cock. Jesus Christ. Oh no, they don't want to show us this one.
His dick is that big they couldn't fit it on
Must have been a small
screen.
town thing if half of the force was only 4 people.
Oh, that guy did it good. Look at that
Maybe
Right.
he's got
face.
the big cock.
Probably
I
a
don't know, man.
little town. They're probably bored, nothing to do.
Poor
What?
guy.
It's like if they're in Vermilion. Oh, nothing going on. We should probably fuck half the force.
I'm confused. According to an internal investigation report by the police department, they said that the husband had become upset at a party when Megan, who is his wife, had begun kissing his wife. I don't understand.
Sounds like
It
the
has to be a
chick's fucked
typo.
up. If you
It's got to
keep
be a
scrolling.
typo, right?
At least she put an empty gun to her head and pulled the trigger so she could hear what it sounded like. Yeah, that bitch is crazy.
Is Megan is his husband, right? Or is his wife?
Yeah.
How did his wife kiss his wife?
Maybe that's his last name. Maybe that's like
Yeah,
Mohegan
here
or
that
something like
is.
that.
Megan Hall's mental health, heavy drinking, and the
Put an empty
thing.
gun.
Yeah,
That's crazy. It's like go to a rubber room and get some help crazy.
I think it's hilarious. We read the first article and like the New York Post is so horrible. I can't believe they would show all those pictures. Like, well, we better find that fucking article because it seems way more based and funny than the fucking one that we had up, dude.
Yeah, New York Post is really known for their morals. Yeah. New York Post sucks.
Yeah, they're better than most of the corporate press, but they are corporate press, so yeah, they still suck. They
Am I
were the
thinking
ones
of
that
the New
tried
York
to fucking
Times?
yeah, you're thinking of the New York Times. New York Post are the ones who tried to post the Hunter Biden laptop story before the election got they're the oldest paper in America, I think, New York Post actually.
I was thinking of the failing New York Times.
Yeah, New York Times is a piece of shit.
Failing New York Times.
So is the LA Times. Little garbage.
I wouldn't read the LA Times. I'd rather read from New York than LA any day of the week. Fuck LA.
I mean, fucking New York too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all the content that I had planned. You guys want to talk about some other shit or what's up?
I'm gonna
Randy,
miss
you're muted.
Lamar.
I had an alarm going off, so I muted myself. Forget. But shit, some good playoff games, man.
Oh yeah, we could talk about the ones coming up too. Who do we got at one?
Buffalo, Miami. No one, right?
You could do some
At
predictions.
one, yeah.
What do you-
Well, that one's
Giants,
easier.
Minnesota.
Is anyone taking Miami?
No.
It's Skylar
But
Thompson.
for predictions, I mean, like, what do you think the score will be? I'm gonna go with 41-7.
I don't know.
I
Hmm.
mean, I'm
Buffalo
over
win?
exaggerating, but still.
Let's see here. Let me pull up the
Who are the Giants playing?
Minnesota.
At 4 o'clock, the Giants play Minnesota. Here, I got it right here.
Well, it's not in prime time, so Kirk's got a better chance.
I mean, it's
They're
playoffs,
all
so
prime time.
yeah, they're the only game happening.
I thought prime time was only at night.
Prime time's just the game that's on TV.
If it's the only game, it's prime time, you know.
Oh, oops.
Okay. Giants and Vikings at 4:30, and then Mike's game.
No, okay. Well, for Ravens Bengals, give me the Bengals 28-14 if I'm lucky.
Yeah,
Uh,
right. 28-14. You think the Ravens are scoring 14?
Yeah,
You
no
better
shit.
hope J.K. Dobbins has the game of his life, dude. They're talking about, dude.
200
Huntley
rushing
is
yards.
so bad.
I know.
They're going to play that fucking dude who looked like the worst quarterback in the history of fucking quarterbacks, bro.
Well, I've been trashing Huntley for weeks on this channel.
They need to run the ball and run the ball and run the ball and run the
and
ball.
their defense needs to step up in an ungodly way. But I don't know how Marlon Humphrey is going to clone himself to cover all three receivers. So that's going to be pretty rough. And Peters gets burnt way too easy unless it's his own coverage.
Has Lamar's been ruled out, right?
Yeah, he's out.
So this is old.
All right, maybe he hasn't been ruled out. Unless he takes the field, that would be some fucking drama.
I don't see it happening.
Me either, to be honest with you. I mean, that's like I woke up from a dream scenario.
Let's see if I can find something on his.
Said, man, I can't even fucking blame Lamar. I blame my fucking team. They just gave the man what he wanted.
Probably he'd be playing today.
Do the Giants have a chance?
2 days ago, Lamar Jackson officially ruled out. Tyler Huntley is questionable, and now we know that Huntley is going to play, right?
Yeah, Huntley's going to play, and apparently they're going to have Brown in too, which is even worse. That dude threw it straight to a safety last weekend. It was egregious.
You should just let the Browns go to the playoffs instead of the Ravens, honestly.
You guys would have a better shot than my team does tonight. Like, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, we usually play good against the Bengals, and we have Deshaun Watson, so probably, yeah.
Much as it kills me to say it's true, like it's 100% true.
Not usually, but without Lamar, the Ravens are
Trash.
Is good. They have a good defense and good run game. They did win games still, but this is the big leagues now. They're not playing scrub teams anymore, you know?
If they are going to win, which seems implausible, I would see
It's
it just
possible.
being a huge J.K. Dobbins day and the defense, just like Roquan Smith and fucking Patrick Queen everywhere, maybe picking off Joe Burrow. That is my only fucking shot.
It's the NFL, though.
Yeah, anything can happen. Anything can happen.
For sure. I just highly unlikely.
Yeah, like
So you
statistically
guys
unlikely.
think the Bengals are gonna win? What about Minnesota or New York?
That's the toss up for me.
I think Josh and I were both talking about it yesterday, and we're both kind of leaning the Giants a little bit, but I don't know, man. It's gonna be rough.
I think the
If the
Giants
Giants
are
had a
gonna win.
receiver, man. They need a receiver so bad.
Yeah, they do.
They got nobody to throw the ball to.
I
They're
take the
rested, dude. They're
Vikings.
feeling good.
Sure.
Kirk Cousins, primetime television.
What's up with Delvin Cook?
Saquon's
Cook
gonna be
Saquon
running
fun?
hard, bro.
Devin
could
Cook's
see.
playing.
I could see it happening.
I think the Giants are gonna win.
Give me the Vikings 24-17.
I think the Bills are just gonna slap the Dolphins.
Yeah, that's gonna be
The only good game is gonna be the Giants Vikings. That
What's
sucks.
the nighttime game again? Oh, that's Ravens Cincy.
yeah.
Anthony Brown and Huntley. Yeah.
I get to
We get
wait all day. to be
Skylar
pissed.
Thompson at 1, and we get Huntley/Brown at 8. So everybody be
then-
prepared to watch the 4 o'clock game and then turn the TVs off.
Yeah,
I'll probably watch
Yeah.
the game at night, but I'm not gonna be happy about it.
I'll probably
watch
have
it
them
on
on.
silent while I play a game or something. Fuck.
Yeah, that's what I do usually. I'm doing something else with it on my screen muted.
Yeah.
But the 4 o'clock game I'm interested in for sure. So.
I can definitely see myself playing Valorant through the fucking Bills game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, because man,
Well, you
I
don't
would
want to watch
watch it.
Skylar Thompson, dude?
I'd watch it if Tua was playing.
Oh, me too, because it would actually be competitive.
that's
Yeah,
the
we
thing.
watched that kid play last week or the week before, whenever.
We
and
watched
he's
him play
bad.
quite a bit this year,
Yeah,
dude.
bad.
Who, Thompson?
What happened with Teddy Bridgewater?
See, that's my question. He should be playing
He
today.
hurt his hand, I know, but is he just like not able to play?
Petty's
I have
always
no
hurt.
idea.
'Cause Because that would at least be a little better.
Yeah, 'cause that would at least be a little better.
'Cause that would at least be a little better. 'Cause that would at least be a little better. 'Cause that would at least be a little better. 'Cause that would at least be a little better. 'Cause that would at least be a little better. 'Cause that would at least be a little better. 'Cause that would at least be a little better. 'Cause that would at least be a little better. 'Cause that would at least be a little better. 'Cause that would at least be a little better. 'Cause that would at least be a little better. 'Cause that would at least be a little better. 'Cause that would at least be a little better. 'Cause that would at least be a little better. 'Cause that would at least be a little better. 'Cause that would at least be a little better. 'Cause that would at least be a little better. 'Cause that would at least be a little be
Didn't Teddy get hurt with the Broncos too? He always fucking gets hurt. It sucks.
Teddy had that really serious one with the Vikings where he had a non-contact injury in practice. Teddy
You
Bridgewater.
guys,
Bills.
you remember when he got knocked out as a Viking and it was like a year he took off or some shit? Or was that the hit with the Vikings to the
He's
leg?
gonna be available, dude.
He should be playing. This guy's got experience. Skylar Thompson doesn't
He's gonna
know
be
what it's like to
Skylar
be in the
Thompson's
playoffs.
backup, dude.
It's
He's
crazy
gonna
to
be
me.
out there, but
He has a dislocated finger.
I'd be pulling a fast one, being like, "Yeah, we're gonna start Skylar Thompson. Game comes up, bring out Bridgewater."
Do you think that it makes even much like I mean I know it makes somewhat of a difference, but like I don't
I
think
don't think they're good enough to
to win.
even have a quarterback. Like if he plays good enough to win, I don't think that like their team is good enough to win. Like how good will their running backs have to play?
Very.
Like
Buffalo's no joke.
they're
If
gonna
they
have to
had
score
Tua, I
points.
think they could win.
Yeah, they can put up a lot of points with Tua. They've showed that.
I
They
don't
beat
think
him
that
once
they
and they
would,
almost
but-
beat him the second time.
Exactly. And Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle aren't no slouches, you know what I'm saying?
I just
But
think
yeah,
the
their running game's
quarterback is gonna
rough.
be
Their
rough.
defense is okay, but yeah, with no quarterback, man.
Yeah, with Tua,
Moser
you don't
can
need
have
the
a good
running game
game.
as much. You know, you can kind of use Tyreek Hill and Waddle as a running game, just with quick passes, like little quick slants.
Can they keep up with Buffalo's offense? To me, that's the question today. Because man, when Josh Allen starts
No.
going, you're fucked.
They
You're
can't.
so fucked.
Newsflash, they can't.
Skylar Thompson was missing easy passes, like easy 2-yard slants, like 5-yard slants. He was just throwing behind the wide receiver and shit.
You're right. I remember some of those. It was bad.
So we got to either call this or I got to go take my pot roast out of the oven. What do you guys want to do?
I'm cool with calling it if you guys are.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Cool.
Was good. We'll be back on Tuesday. Thanks for watching. Follow us on Twitter, like, subscribe, and comment. I always forget to tell people to comment because we actually got some comments lately and it makes me happy. So comment.
Yeah.
Maybe
Definitely
next video
comment.
we'll have like an idea of something to like say at the beginning, you know, like if this, that, and other thing, comment or something. But we're
Who do
not
you think will-
professional, so
Who do you think will win tonight?
there you go.
Comment below.
Well, they'll probably watch this like after the game started, so yeah, whatever. We're out of here.
Comment.